One of the only reasons why I still use the BlackBerry is the keyboard. Is the fact that when I write, it is so much faster for me to input information on a BlackBerry than on a Nexus One or an iPhone. Now, I've been experimenting with different keyboards, and I found a novelty in the Android that I think is worth mentioning. The thing with Android is that allow developers to put whatever they want in these phones. If I'd like to reply to this email, what you see here is Smart Keyboard with the iTunes interface. There's many models, many different colors, and it has a lot of features. It has languages, it has different input, and it has a funny feature that it helps you aim. For example, if I do the letter G, it shows with a dot how far from the center of the key was my aiming. Here I did very poorly on the H. I'm going to try the U. I did better in the U. And in this way, you can get feedback as to how you're typing, not just the letter, but where exactly you're typing, as if you were shooting targets, and eventually get to master this keyboard. The day I master this keyboard, the BlackBerry will be gone, because the real advantage I have on the BlackBerry is inputting information fast. Everything else, browsing is awful, and even though I have the Opera browser, which by the way is much better than the BlackBerry browser, and there's a lot of things that have to improve in the BlackBerry, but until I solve the keyboard problem, I'll be using both, which is what I do now. I go out with both phones. And I don't use the iPhone because it doesn't have multitasking, because the applications, some are better done, but they're more boring because they go through the censorship of Apple, which is worse than the censorship of Google. They both have it, but the censorship of Apple is worse. And the speed of the processor of the Nexus One is much faster. So it's speed, it's multitasking, and it's the environment of freedom in the open source community that makes me use the Google phone over the iPhone, even though the iPhone is a masterpiece for many reasons.